Hey guys, it's Tristan from World English School, and today we're here at a park in Funabashi City, Japan, and this is called Nagatsugawa Ryokuchi Koen, I think, which is Nagatsu River Park. And so I guess we're close to Nagatsu River. It's a big park, and it's beautiful in the springtime. But I came here today to read you a book, or a chapter of a book, called Homer Price, this one here. And I've never read it before. This is, I think my mom and dad introduced me to it a long time ago. Yeah, when my mom was giving me classic books, I think she gave me this one. And it's by Robert McCloskey, and you might know him from Make Way for Ducklings, and also Blueberries for Sal, if you've seen those books before. So yeah, let's take a look at this book and see if it's any good. I think I'll read the first chapter, so let's take a look. Alright, hi everybody. This is the book Homer Price by Robert McCloskey, and I'm going to try to read the first chapter. Chapter 1, The Case of the Sensational Scent. And it's, here it is. This is The Case of the Sensational Scent. And is this Homer Price? I'm not sure. He's got books tied up with a belt or a string, and looks like a camp here. Shady Rest Tourists Camp. Running water, it says. He's kicking a can. All right, let's take a look. The Case of the Sensational Scent. About 2 miles outside of Centerburg, where Route 56 meets Route 56A, there lives a boy named Homer. Homer's father owns a tourist camp. Homer's mother cooks fried chicken and hamburgers in the lunchroom and takes care of the tourist cabins while his father takes care of the filling station. Homer does odd jobs about the place. Sometimes he washes windshields of cars to help his father, and sometimes he sweeps out cabins or takes care of the lunchroom to help his mother. When Homer isn't going to school or doing odd jobs or playing with the other boys, he works on his hobby, which is building radios. He has a workshop in one corner of his room where he works in the evenings. Before going to bed at night, he usually goes down to the kitchen to have a glass of milk and cookies because working on radios makes him hungry. Tabby, the family cat, usually comes around for something to eat too. One night, Homer came down and opened the icebox door and poured a saucer of milk for Tabby and a glass of milk for himself. He put the bottle back and looked to see if there was anything interesting on the other shelves. He heard footsteps and felt something soft brush his leg, so he reached down to pet Tabby. When he looked down, the animal drinking the milk certainly wasn't a cat. It was, oh my gosh, a skunk. Homer was startled just a little, but he didn't make any sudden motions because he remembered what he had read about skunks. They can make a very strong smell that people and other animals don't like. But the smell is only for protection, and if you don't frighten them or hurt them, they are very friendly. While the skunk finished drinking the saucer of milk, Homer decided to keep it for a pet, because he had read somewhere that skunks become excellent pets if you treat them kindly. He decided to name the skunk Aroma. Then he poured out some more milk for Aroma and had some more himself. Aroma finally finished the second saucer of milk, licked his mouth, and calmly started to walk away. Homer followed and found what Aroma's home was under the house, right beneath his window. During the next few days, Homer did a lot of thinking about what would be the best way to tame Aroma. He didn't know what his mother would think of a pet skunk around the house, but he said to himself, Aroma has been living under the house all this time and nobody knew about it, so I guess it will be all right for it to keep on being a secret. He took a saucer of milk out to Aroma every evening when nobody was looking, and in a few weeks Aroma was just as tame as a puppy. That's surprising, huh? Can that really be done? Homer thought it would be nice if he could bring Aroma to his room because it would be good to have company while he worked building radios. So he got an old basket and tied a rope to the handle to make an elevator. He let the basket down from his window and trained Aroma to climb in when he gave a low whistle. Then he would pull the rope, and up came the basket, and up came Aroma to pay a social call. Aroma spent most of his sleeping visit while Homer worked on a new radio. Aroma's favorite place to sleep was in Homer's suitcase. One evening, Homer said, "There, that's the last wire soldered, and my new radio's finished. I'll put the new tubes in it, and then we can try it out." Aroma opened one eye and didn't look interested, even when the radio worked perfectly and an announcer's voice said, "N.W. Blott of Centerburg won the grand prize of $2,000 for writing the best slogan about dregs after shaving lotion." "Why, I know him, and he's from my town," said Homer. Aroma still looked uninterested, while the announcer said that next week they would broadcast the Dregs program from Centerburg, and that Mr. Dregs himself would give Mr. N.W. Blott the $2,000 cash and 12 bottles of Dregs lotion for thinking up the best advertising slogan. Just think, Aroma, a real radio broadcast from Centerburg. I'll have to see that. The day of the broadcast arrived, and Homer rode to Centerburg on his bicycle to watch. He was there early, and he got a good place right next to the man who worked the controls, so he could see everything that happened. Here's Homer working on his radio. He built his own radio, huh? Look at all this stuff he's got on the wall. Regular boy's room, huh? Look at all this stuff. Oh, that's the skunk there. That's Aroma in the suitcase. Great picture, huh? I think Robert McCloskey did the illustrations on this book. So these are his pictures as well as his writing. Mr. Dregs made a speech about the wonderful thing Mr. N.W. Blott had contributed to the future of American shaving with his winning slogan, "The aftershave lotion with the distinctive invigorating smell that keeps you on your toes." Then he gave N.W. the 2,001 bottles of lotion in a suitcase, just like the one that Homer had at home. After N.W. made a short speech, the program was over. Just then, the four men said, "Put 'em in! Put 'em up!" And then one of them said, "N.W., if you please." Eh? He's robbing him. And then one of them said to N.W., "If you please," and grabbed the suitcase with all of the money and lotion inside of it. Everyone was surprised. Mr. Dregs was surprised. N.W. Blott was surprised. The announcer was surprised. The radio control man was surprised, and everyone was frightened too. The robbers were gone before anybody knew what had happened. They jumped into a car and were out of sight down Route 56A before the sheriff shouted, "Wait till I send out an alarm, men, then we'll chase them. No radio robbers can do that in this town and get away again." The sheriff sent out an alarm to the state police, and then some of the men took their shotguns and went off down 56A in the sheriff's car. Wow, they stole the shaving cream, the 2,010 bottles, 2,001 bottles. I think I'm going to stop there. This is a longer book than I suspected. I thought it was shorter chapters, but I wanted to share it with you. I think it's a small town where the book is set, maybe in Maine. I think where Robert McCloskey might be from. Anyway, I like the illustrations. I like the book, and hope you liked it too. So, that's from the first chapter of Homer Price by Robert McCloskey. Thanks for watching.